All right, so let's start and let's start with breath. And we're going to do a little bit more activated breath with our arms. And let's do in through our nose, but out through our mouth. So, and you're thinking like you're just pulling down, kind of bringing it into the floor, exhaling out everything that you can exhale. Take it out, shake it out, shake it out. That's a pretty intense way of starting. Probably better to start with some slower breath, but reach out and open and slow it down. Feel the space around you. There's the pea pod. Inhale, open. And exhale. Inhale, open. Reaching out to your fingertips. So this is a core distal relationship, center to edge, belly to fingertips, out to the edge and down. And then we're going to do the same thing again. Just shake it out. Big inhale through your nose, exhale. You could exhale through your nose. You could also exhale through your mouth. I'm going to do through your mouth. And relax, shake it out. Let it go. And then a slower breath. Inhale. Fill up, expand, and open. Exhale. Pressing down around you. Inhale. Open, letting the arms rise with lightness. And then exhale, arms are descending with more strength, connecting to gravity. One more time, inhale. Open, opening in the vertical plane, and exhale, release. And then let's spiral through the horizontal. Again, feeling that core distal relationship as the blood and the fluids in our body move out to our fingertips as we spiral. So center to edge. And it's helpful, especially as we age, to really maintain this awareness of center to edge. But also as we're young, sometimes I work with young people and I have them put their arms up and they're kind of like this. I'm like, no, really reach through your tissue, get used to that expansion so that we can take up space. Spiraling, twisting, looking behind you, seeing if you can see the same spot each time you spiral. And then coming in, and we're going to cross and reach up. So just crossing and reaching, spiraling up across the diagonal of your body, twisting and reaching, space in the shoulder blades, space in the lats. And getting this nice cross body spiral. Good, we're going to change it. We're going to do it with the foot, crossing and crossing. Crossing. So we're crossing midline. Here we could imagine this is sort of where our center is, even though there isn't an actual thing that is your center, right? It's always going to be shifting and it's in relationship to different things. So it's really a concept and a feeling like, okay, here's sort of where the center is. So just, it's an imaginary thing, not necessarily an actual thing. Good. Let's cross behind. So crossing back, cross back, cross back. And I want to add an arm crossing also. So arm and leg crossing behind, cross, 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 cross. And then relax and circle your shoulders. And so I called this class core support, core distal, and breath support. And core support is not just my muscles working to support my body. Core support is also my organs supporting my body, and my body, like this relationship to my own health, my lungs, my digestion, my heartbeat. That is another kind of core support. Like if we think of the core of our body, let's just say the core of our being is happening within our torso, maybe like our central channel and a little bit outside of that. And again, the central channel is an idea, that center up and down the middle. Let's reach out again. So we're going to do a different core distal relationship. So coming in, you're going to reach out, step across, come in, reach out, shift your weight, come in, reach out, shift your weight, come in, radiate away from center, bring it back into center, radiate out, bring it in, radiate out, big core movement. Distal, radiating out to the edges, bringing it into center, radiating out. And we need the core support to be able to radiate out. We need the balance of our body to be able to shift our weight easily and keep reaching into space. Good. And relax it. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Let's do shoulders up and over. So circling forward, up and over. If we can add a little ripple from the floor with that. Mobilizing the tissue. So throughout this whole relationship of core distal is our fascia. Fascia is the matrix of support underlying everything in your body, essentially. Not only, some people are like, oh, it's like the plastic casing around a muscle, like, which is not the way to say it. Like I just read somebody else's writing about fascia. That's one way of saying it, but it's all that. It is the casings, but it's also interwoven through. So it interdigitates, it moves in through, like the digits, going into your body through everything. It's the organ that's holding the form. Let's take it down to the floor. So we can think about it as like, I know one model that people sometimes use is like, if you have a sack of onions and like that, whatever it's made out of, the string or the material that's like got this flexibility because it's these bits tied together, right? It could be, usually onions are in those kind of little, they're made out of plastic, I think, but those little sacks. So sometimes that's an idea that's used to talk about fascia. But if you imagine that that is then interwoven through everything, it's like a three-dimensional sweater that is keeping us all organized. And how we move affects how our tissue forms, how our fascia forms, what we have extra holding. Our tissue forms in an intelligent way to help us do what we do. Let's come down onto the floor. So people who move a lot with many differentiated types of movement, different patterns, are going to have more flexible, healthy, resilient fascia than people who don't move side to side. Yeah, I can't remember who was saying it. I think it might be Tom Myers talking about fascia being, just let your knees fall from side to side, massage out your back, massage out your butt, relax your inner thighs. But he talks about it being like boiled wool, that like fascia that isn't healthy is sort of disorganized and all like directed, kind of matted and yucky. But fascia that's like healthy, moving, getting lots of movement in different planes, lots of different relationships to gravity, is going to have more resilience, right? We can stay more hydrated and elastic in our bodies through moving regularly. All right, let's cross it over. One side and then the other. Big spiral. And here we have a core distal, the spiral from the center reaching out to our toes as we reach out to the edge, which can be very relaxed still. Just, you don't need to straighten your leg all the way, but you could. Getting this big spiral, some internal rotation, maybe through the legs. And then for me, this always opens up my back a lot. Like I'm feeling this a lot between my shoulder blades, and it feels really good. Okay, let's bring it in. And we're going to, so, and also anytime we're spiraling our center like that, right, we're squishing things around, healthy for our lymphatic system, healthy for our gut body, healthy for our heart and lungs. All right, let's take our arms up over our head. Toes are going to touch the floor. So feel your fingertips, feel your toes, and then exhale, coming up, pulsing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, touch it down. Exhale up, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, fill up your lungs. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Deep breath in. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. We're going to change it. It's going to be a little bit different. You're going to come up. Instead of pulsing, you're going to flex your feet and your hands and point. And inhale, come down. Exhale up. Flex through the feet and hands and point. Let's flick the hand under. Open it up. So it's like your hand, we're going to curl and then flex and then curl and come down. Curl and flex and curl and come down. So your hand is curling under, flexing with the feet. It's like your hand is pointing like your toes would point. Up, flex, point. Touch it down, really getting to the edges of our body. Up, flex, point. Touch it down, 3 more. Up, flex, point. Down, 2 more. Up, flex, point. Down, last one. Up and flex and point. Take it down and let's free the socks. They're all jammed underneath these leggings. Shake everything out. Shake, shake, shake. Shake like a bowl of jelly. Free up your spine, center to edge, core, having freedom and movement. Don't worry, it's not like you start to move your body and everything now readjusts in your body. Everything is nicely located. We just want to have some sliding surfaces, sliding and gliding, especially between our lungs and our rib cage and our tissues in there. But we also want to have some shear where it's moving, but the relationship's a little tighter, a little closer. Like gliding is going to have more movement, shear is going to have less movement. Let's take Gil Headley did a great thing on it, which you can find the difference between shear and gliding. If you're an anatomist freak like me, check it out. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Inhale, press. Exhale, lower. Inhale, press. Exhale, lower. So you're just unfolding in your hips, picking your arms up, push and lower. Let's leave the hands down, press up, walk your feet a little further away from your body so that they're not right underneath you. And you're going to flex and you're going to pull on the diagonal, forward and backward. Back of the body working, again, getting that energy all the way out to your toes with this pull. Back of the body doing more work. The front is just kind of open and hanging out. And then tops of the feet down to the floor and try it again. Or the bottoms of the feet down to the floor. And release and come all the way down. Take our hands on our knees, big circle. And I'm going to roll down to the floor and then come up. So I'm getting this curl in my spine and then lengthening out, curling to come up. You can even have a little bit of a lumbar curve there, a little bit of an arch, and then curl. Letting that massage through your back and letting the movement of your body hydrate the tissues and release tension. Change direction, other way. So this should be fairly relaxed. My legs are doing a lot of the work. Just my knees moving forward pulls me up. Sometimes we do this the other way where the hands are really steering the leg, the knee in and like stirring in the hip socket. But this time I'm really pushing with my legs into my hands to come up. And come up and shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. So sometimes I think people think of core support as like, this really tense pattern. That is not going to be the most supportive pattern, right? If you stick a corset on, right, you're just going to squeeze your stuff inside. We don't want to squeeze everything inside all the time. We want to let the stuff inside have some movement. So let's take a little rock through our spine. I'm kind of pushing and pulling with my legs, and I'm letting my body shake, jiggle, wobble, let it go. So we're not just constantly putting a tension pattern into our guts, but we're letting movement happen through our spine, some freedom. If you look at different cultures, like different cultures have different ways of moving in their bodies. And like Like, let's just say like Brazil, like Brazilians, the dancing has a lot of movement. We're not trying to lock it in compared to like ballet, where it's like, okay, there might be a lot of movement of the limbs, but there's not a lot of movement of rippling and undulating through the spine. And undulation is really healthy for the spine, right? It gives lots of differentiated movement between all those discs. So see if you can bring a little undulation into the spine, enhancing your core support. Movement can be part of the core support, right? I can move in these various ways, right? So I can slow it down and now it's got more bound flow, more specific, but I'm getting this wave through my body, through my guts. Like belly dance, that's a great one. They want to have all this capacity for movement, shaking it, letting it go. But then it's also controlled, right? Very specific ways of moving. So we want to have these balances of really in form and then really free flow. Let's open up into an X, elbow to knee, crossing the body. So mid-limb initiation, elbow to knee coming in, getting this contralateral pattern, cross body, hands and feet reaching out. So we have a core distal thing going on here. Exhale up, inhale down. You can also leave your head on the floor sometimes. Try it both ways. Maybe 2 up and 2 down. Both of them are going to have different benefits. If you're having a lot of tension in your neck and shoulders, doing some of them where you don't pick up your head and neck are going to be helpful too. All right, that's enough of that. Shake it out for a second. Let's take a heel rock here. See if you can send that wave up and down through your body. And if you find that you're really kind of not moving, shake it out a little bit, let go, fake it, make a wave happen. And then we're going to do full limb, arm and leg, up and then down, coming up, touching in the middle and coming down. So if there was a point right out in front of your, let's say your sternum, that's where you want to touch. Yeah, so this distal connection and then opening back out, up. Last one. Let's bring it into a ball and roll side to side. Onto one side, opening, rolling onto the other. Letting this massage through your body, inner body soft and juicy, relaxing, letting go, pouring your body from one side to the other, releasing tension in your shoulders, in your neck, in your jaw, letting go. And then we'll start to open, radiate out to the fingers and toes, and bring it back in, open it up, away from center, bring it back in, open it up, fold it in, open it up, fold it in, stay on this side, push into the floor and come up. We're going for the fast one today. So we're only gonna do a few more minutes. Coming up onto your elbows, let's go elbows and knees. We're gonna do a cat-cow, arching and curling. Head, tail. And then let's work with waves rippling through from your tail to your head. So again, this undulation pattern going in either direction, and it might not fully extend out. Maybe you can feel it from your tail to your head. Maybe it stops somewhere through. See if you can start to find that rippling. Either direction, either from your tail to your head or from your head to your tail. Offering like this movement to your core. So supporting the core through moving. And movement is core support, right? We're going to find more support if we can move our body. All right, let's take it up onto hands and knees. We're just going to shift onto one side, one hand and knee, then the other. So it's a sort of body half, right versus left, shifting from side to side. And then let's go contralateral. Just take it out and hold, radiating through, reaching out to the hands and feet. Maybe flex and point or circle your hand and foot, just find it. And then switch it to the other side, radiating out. Finding it, hands and feet, reaching out to that. And coming back in, take it into your downward dog. Bend one knee, bend the other. Lift your heels high, scoop your belly in, round your spine, roll it forward. Find your plank, drop your head, roll it back up to the ceiling, lower your heels. Heels high, scoop your belly in, round your spine, roll it forward. Find it, drop your head, roll it up and lower your heels. Again, lift high, scoop it in, roll it forward. This time lower all the way down to the floor. Coming all the way down and in, tops of the feet on the floor. Let's interlace our hands behind your back. You're going to inhale up, exhale, pulse. Inhale, lift, exhale, up and down, reach and lower, up and down. Last one. Toes reaching away from center. Let the arms open up, radiate out away from center. Feel your feet, feel your fingertips. Take your hands next to your chest. Arch all the way up, round your spine. Take it back into a child's pose. Breathe and relax. Melt. Shift your weight from side to side. Let your head and neck release. Breathe. And take your weight back towards your heels. Roll it up. Legs out in front of you. And walk your butt from side to side. Forward fold. Think of the inner body having movement. So like, we're not moving from the outside to the inside. The whole thing's moving together, right? I'm in my forward fold. I can wiggle around and just inner body is getting this little squish and glide. And then come up, crossing one foot over the other. Spiral, twist, find your midline and spiral around that. And then switch, change it to the other side. And come back in, give it a bang, let it release, turn it in and out. And let's just come onto our back one more time. Draw your leg in towards you. You're going to hook your ankle over your other knee. You can pick it up off the floor, spiral to one side, turn your head the other direction. Twisting, ringing. So if there's anything kind of stuck in there, there's different ways of releasing, right? We can kind of wring it out, which is kind of what we're doing with our spiral. Or you can also shake it out. Or there's a lot of possibilities. You can work it out, right? Massaging through it, lifting up your bottom foot, spiraling. Letting your body reabsorb any kind of stuck patterning. Breathing into it. Coming back in, both feet on the floor, pick up your butt, give it a shake, let your spine realign itself, come in, and then take it up. You're going to come all the way onto your feet, tail up to the ceiling, shifting your weight from side to side. Bent knees or straight knees, whatever feels good to you, let it go. And then come into center, roll it all the way up. And we're going to finish with a different breath. So you're going to inhale, lift, and then on the exhale, you're going to exhale with a hiss, like you're letting the steam out, or the steam coming out of a radiator, or air coming out of a inflatable air mattress. Inhale, fill up, exhale down with this hiss, with an exhale hiss. Feeling what it feels like when you get to the end of that breath, when you've really exhaled as much as you can out. Inhale, open, fill it up. Exhale. Yeah, I feel everything kind of come in with this like release. That is deep core support when we get to the end of the exhale, breathing as much out as we can. Our lungs are never empty. If they did, they would like contract, they would be hard to reopen. So there's always some air in them. We're never exhaling everything out, but exhaling as much out as you can and then filling up again. Try to take as long coming down as that exhale takes. One more time. Inhale. At the bottom, just let it go. Shake it out. Oh, how to treat shortness of breath after workout. Just take your time. Let your breath come back to natural. So that is in the chat. Yeah, when you are breathing and you are having a hard time, you're having then slow down, slow everything down. And also I would say, think about something that you love, like your pet or your niece or whoever it is, whatever it is. When you're feeling like, think about something you love and let it slow down, let your heart and lungs come into coherence together. So that is going to be the end of the live stream.